Good morning. I'm about 90 kilometers from Thessaloniki. And last night I found a place where I could camp, like a warehouse, and there was a roof. And I had a look on iOverlander and saw that there was a cheap hotel nearby. So then I check on Trivago and there was the room available for 16 euros. I feel like a loser when I get an hotel room. I mean, I don't remember the last time I got an hotel room. But yeah, this summer, once in France, I paid for a municipality campsite. But yeah, it was the last room I paid was in Algeria when it was raining, and yeah, I didn't feel well last night. I was a bit feverish, and because I was pushing a lot yesterday, I did 165 kilometers. I was all wet basically because I sweat a lot when I cycle, and especially when I'm pushing. So my bath was wet, my head was soaking wet, this was wet, my underwear t-shirt was wet, the pants were wet, and yeah, I was there about to pitch my tent, and I was like, I need to sleep in a warm place tonight. And I didn't want to become like it was in remember when I was in in Morocco, that I spent weeks and weeks being miserable in the cold, and then I almost died with pneumonia. So I was like, yeah, let's get a room today and fuck it. So now 90 kilometers to Thessaloniki. Tonight I should have a warm place to stay as well. Warm couch. And I'll try to sit out the storm. Now the weather warning starts tonight. But it moved now between Saturday and Sunday. Sunday also lots of rain. And yeah, hopefully being in a cold place for a few days, I will be able to get rid of this cold and then continue my journey. Today is so dull, very, very, very dull. Barro. Reverse. I think we can salvage some apples from these trees. Very good apple. Very good. Really. Look at those ones. They're perfect. Really good apples. The lady at the reception this morning was like, take as much food as you want. Fill up your bag. Alright? And that's what I did. I got 4 hard-boiled eggs, and then I make 4 sandwiches for panini with cheese and ham. Or turkey, I don't know. And some tomatoes and some olives. And a few pastry. And I filled my bag. So today, I don't need to buy any food. So I think the hotel room was a bargain. Those are still all cotton fields. Thessaloniki, the second largest city in Greece. Maybe
after 3 days of apocalyptic rain, I can finally leave Thessaloniki. I'm whispering because everybody's asleep still. But yeah, looks like no rain today. Finally leaving Thessaloniki. That's the castle. That's the only old thing that there is in the city. Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece. So I visit Athens first, Thessaloniki second, and Patras third. All right, next stop, Istanbul, Turkey. I was there in 2019 after Africa, and I'll be back again. And I really look forward to be in Istanbul because I'll have a place where I can crash the coldest months of the winter, and I'll be alone. I'll have a place for myself. A friend of mine owns an apartment there, and I look forward to be alone for a little bit. I think we go down back to the sea. It's a long descent, I think, huh? At least 4 or 5 kilometers. It's clearly not a sea, I think. It's a lake. The sun is going down. I'm back on the coast. This is the sea. And yeah, the day is winding down. Another little push. About 1 hour, maybe a little bit less than 1 hour. Because it's like 40 minutes to sunset. So yeah, maybe 1 hour. And then I'll have to find a place to camp. Another fucking dog. 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs. The dog situation in Greece is out of control. I don't know what's going on, but either they should sterilize all these stray dogs or just kill them, put them down. It's a life of misery anyway. But what's bothering me is that a lot of those dogs, they have an owner. It's just that they leave them free. They don't keep them in the house, in a fence, on the leash, nothing. They just free to go. And look, another one. And some they get very aggressive. I had to kick 3 dogs in the face because they were about to bite me. The twilight zone is getting chilly and it's getting dark. Still, I can push another little bit, maybe half an hour. This is another hot spring. Right, it was fun. Time to go back down. This was a 1.5 kilometers detour. My host in Thessaloniki suggested to pass here. And yeah, it was good. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. And here there are no lights, so it was great. I could see all the stars. There's no light pollution around here, and I also saw a falling star. So I made a wish. Let's see. if my wish is granted. Good morning. This is where I slept. My tent was here. It's a church, Orthodox church. It's actually open. I was tempted to sleep inside, but I wasn't sure if how the local would take it, you know. So at the end, I put the tent outside. Yesterday, despite leaving Thessaloniki quite late, I did 140 kilometers. Good push because yesterday was not raining. My host in Thessaloniki told me about the hot spring. So yesterday I arrived to the hot spring. I didn't think I would make it because it was 100, almost 120 something kilometers away. But when it got dark, I decided to keep going, and the temperature was not bad actually. When it went down a bit, and then the wind changed, and the temperature went up into the night. But when I didn't camp at the hot spring because it was very, very humid. When I came out of the hot spring, the bike was all wet. And I checked the temperature on my computer, and it was 3 degrees. It was really cold. And I went back 1.5 kilometers on the coast. Already the temperature went up 3 degrees. On the coast it was 7.5. It arrived almost to 7.9. And I kept going. There was no opportunities to camp with a roof at least. And then, I did about 140 kilometers, and I arrived here at the church. It's good. It was good to have a roof because around 4 a.m. it rained. It rained about 20 minutes, very light rain, but it did rain. Today it's gonna rain a little bit throughout the day, and hopefully tomorrow it's not gonna rain, supposedly. Let's see how much. I have no motivation I just wanna get to Istanbul, to be honest. Can't wait to be there and chill for a little bit. Stop in this bakery for a little break. Look what they have. See the prices. Sandwich €2.50, but they make the best croissants in Greece. And Nikos was so kind to gift me the sandwich as a donation to the adventure. But look, beautiful pizza, top, beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Nikos.
Thank you. Bye bye.
We'll see him in Japan. Ciao. Ciao. That's where I'm coming from. It's a little dark, but where I'm going looks a little better. I was expecting a little bit of rain this morning, late this morning, but maybe I'm thinking now I'm getting away from rain, so maybe I'll be dry today as well. I know I should keep my mouth shut, but yeah, fingers crossed. Look, I can see a little bit of blue sky, no clouds, hopefully. This is Kavala. There is a signpost, Constantinopolis, 460 kilometers. I think Constantinopolis is Istanbul, no? I like this city. This is the first city in Greece that I like. Nice marina. There is kind of an old center there below the castle. Looks nice. Kavala. Very beautiful aqueduct. Very well kept. I really like Kavala. Very nice. Starts raining. Wonderful. Spiffing. It stopped raining and the first visual to Turkey. Getting closer to the border. The day is winding down. Unfortunately, I didn't do enough kilometers as I wanted. I will try to cycle even tonight into the darkness. It's quite dark because it's a new moon. We'll see. I hope this road gets quiet, but it's a little sketchy at times. Let's see. I should do another 30 kilometers. I did 105 kilometers. I should do another 30. I was slower than I thought today. It's basically dark now. Maybe the camera will do some magic, but I'm trying to push another 10-15 kilometers at least. Let's see how safe is the road. Good morning. Under this roof of this church I slept last night. It was great. I arrived here in the dark and I leave mostly in the dark. It's still 15-20 minutes to the sunrise, but I'm good to go. I woke up very early. Let's see how many kilometers I can do today. Today and possibly tomorrow no rain, and then on Saturday quite a bit of rain. So let's try to get to Istanbul by Saturday at least. Cotton fields again. It's not raining this morning, so I'm pretty happy. About 30 to 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers I think from the border. Just after Kavala yesterday, I think the population started to be a mix between Greek and Turkish. There were loads of mosques. There are loads of mosques around, so you hear the prayers call. Yeah, definitely it's a mixed population the last, say, 100 kilometers close to the border. But yeah, very peaceful, nothing to report. So far so good. It must have been a massive fire. All burned, left and right. Even those mountains on the left hand side, probably you won't notice on the camera, but they are all burned. Wow, beautiful, quiet, but I'm dying. My tendon here, this tendon, is hurting like a bitch. I have to get the meloxicam. Let's try to enjoy the descent anyway. We're going down a few kilometers now. Lots of climbing today. I crossed these mountains on dirt roads to save 20-30 kilometers, but I think I should have stayed on the main road. It was more flattish. Too much climbing today, and I've been pushing a lot the last few days. Not a good idea. I'm in so much pain. The roads are beautiful. Just wish I was here in the summer or late summer, early autumn, not winter. Getting closer and closer to the border, but I took some shortcuts that are interesting. Thought they were shortcuts. Anyway, I'm not that far, but today I'm in very much pain, so let's see. Also, the only place where I can cross the border here is on a freeway, which I don't know how I will be able to get on, but let's see, because it's forbidden for bicycles. At least I see a green road on the map. It's usually the freeway. Oh wow, what a relief. There is a bridge. I was actually afraid there wasn't a bridge and I had to cross the river somehow. I think my shortcut paid off. There's a river, there's a bridge, and there is me happy and dry crossing the bridge. I thought the border was much closer this morning. I already did almost 100 kilometers, and I think the border still about 30 kilometers away. I only have 2 hours of daylight. I don't know if I should cross today or tomorrow. That's the freeway that crosses into Turkey, but we're still 15-20 kilometers away, maybe a little bit more. So first let's get close and then I'll figure it out. What a waste of pomegranate. I already did 110 kilometers and the border is not even close. I don't know how far is this fucking border now. Getting really tired. The tendon hurts like a bitch. No bueno. And it's getting dark. I mean, it's getting dark. We're approaching sunset very fast. 1 hour and a bit to the sunset. It's about 30 minutes to the sunset, maybe a bit less. I'm very close to the border, just a few kilometers. The freeway is on my right, and there are trucks queuing already like a kilometer back. It's insane. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, you can see it from here. You can see all the trucks and lorries on the freeway queuing for the border. See? That's it. So those are the borders usually outside Europe. A very, very long queue of trucks, lorries, whatever. I don't think it's a good idea to cross the border now because it's the sunset, but I'm getting closer and see if there is an opportunity to camp. There should be a petrol station 500-600 meters from here before the border. Let's see if I can sleep there. Otherwise, I saw an abandoned house about 3 kilometers back. I could go back there, get some water at the petrol station and go back if there isn't an opportunity to camp. It's quite windy, so even if I don't sleep, even if I sleep outside, it shouldn't be a problem, but you never know. That's the actual border. where I have to cross. It's a bit messy. Yeah, just loads of trucks. This is a church. I think I could camp here. I mean, I advise against sleeping at the border cross outside Europe. But this is Turkey. I either put my tent here, the roof. The wind comes from that direction, so if it doesn't change, I'm sheltered by the wind. You can see the flag. It's going like this. So if I put my tent here, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be level, and I'm gonna have a roof. Otherwise, I could camp there, but no roof, not even super level. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll go for the level one. I don't think anyone will come this way. It's I think impossible, because we are at the back of this building where there is someone working, and they have a car that blocked the entrance.